I have friends in high places. And how have I gotten them? By asking to interview them on their favorite subject, them. And in 1 hour, you can generate more rapport with a thought leader, interviewing them in front of the public to their list than you could over years and years of trying to get to know them on the phone, in person, or wherever else. Because it's just you and them, and they remember that moment forever. I'm so glad you made it here. Before you watch this video, click the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you get access and notifications to 3 videos a week on the art and science of ethical influence. I'll appreciate it, and so will many. Hello and welcome. My name is Alex Mandossian, and I have no idea if you and I have ever met, but what I do know is today, right here, right now, whenever you're watching, on Facebook, YouTube, Google+, or wherever, we're going to talk about wisdom. Now, what is wisdom? Let me show you an example. This is not wisdom. Now, for those of you who are, let's say, 25 and below, age-wise, this is called a pencil, okay? Now, the Earth has circled the sun 52 times since I've been living on Earth. And so on that trip, I remember what this was. And this is a pencil that needs to get sharpened, right? So this is you starting your hero's journey to knowledge. Now, this has more wisdom. That's a pencil. And as you can see, there's more wisdom there because it's been used up. And the eraser has been used up too. You know, mistakes are great. The more we make, the smarter we get. But this one, look at this. This one is even wiser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you from here to here today. And I know this may seem weird if we've never met, but that is an analogy I think that is very useful. So today is about tested wisdom from thought leaders. We're talking about thought leaders, people who have taken the path before you. In fact, a leader is a pathfinder, right? Lee, L-E-A, is path. Der, the root word, is finder. So a pathfinder leads and clears the path for you. And what a great person to interview. What a great person to get mentored by and accelerate the whole learning, doing curve. Now, here's a question. What is a thought leader? And in parentheses, I put wise, you know, like wizard, wisard, that's the root word. There's some wisdom there. So what is a thought leader? Well, a thought leader works in the realm of simplicity on the far side of complexity. All right, what does that mean? Where the Chief Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes here in the United States, about 80 years ago, is probably one of the most quoted Chief Justices ever. And he said, I wouldn't give a fig for simplicity on the near side of complexity, but I would give my life for simplicity on the far side of complexity. Now imagine complexity is a bell curve, just like in school. And you're going through the knowledge. If you're familiar with the Shawshank Redemption 3-hour movie, you're going through that 500-meter tube that Andy Dufresne went through. And you know what's in that tube, right? And that's what it's like. And then when you come out the other side, there's freedom and that simplicity on the far side. Now, just in case you can't visualize it, here's what it looks like. Now, on the y-axis, we have complexity. As it goes up, it's more. On the x-axis is time. So over time, near side knowledge or simplicity on the near side, right, it gets more and more painful as you're going through that knowledge to wisdom path. It's a hero's journey. But on the far side is wisdom. I'll give you an example. Love is all you need, John Lennon. That's far side simplicity. Simple, right? How about this? The BW effect. What's that? That is borrowed wisdom. The borrowed wisdom effect. If you have a thought leader, look at the difference. Complexity is still complexity. Time is still time. But the bell curve is not as steep going up to complex, and it takes less time. So you get to wisdom faster and easier than this. Okay, do you see it? This is doing it with a thought leader. This is doing it on your own. And let me tell you something, no one does it on their own. Steve Jobs had Andy Grove. Warren Buffett had a mentor. I mean, look it up. See, everyone has a mentor. Oprah had a mentor. Everyone has a mentor. Amelia Earhart, right? The great aeronautical genius, and just way, way ahead of her time. And she died in the ocean somewhere flying. I mean, what a way to go, dying into your passion. But she had a mentor. So I don't know if you have a mentor or not, or you hang out with thought leaders who are really good at what they do, but that's what I do. And so here's what I've learned from interviewing thought leaders over the past 20 years. Now, I have over 4,000 hours of virtual interview and teaching time. So, that's a lot. And I have over 22,000 hours of practice. So they say it takes 10,000 hours to be a master. Well, I've doubled that. And of course, every master was once a disaster. So I have no idea if I've mastered this, even though we have a Facebook group called Master Virtual Presenter, because we teach mastery. But I believe mastery is kind of like a rainbow or a horizon. You don't really get to it, but the journey is fun and it gets easier and easier. So here's a key point for you. Borrowed wisdom saves you time, money, grief, embarrassment. So I have friends in high places. And how have I gotten them? By asking to interview them on their favorite subject, them. And in 1 hour, you can generate more rapport with a thought leader, interviewing them in front of the public to their list, than you could over years and years of trying to get to know them on the phone, in person, or wherever else. Because it's just you and them, and they remember that moment forever. So let me text the keyword you see on your screen to this mobile number, 415-980-3555. Now, if it's your first time visiting, please subscribe to this channel. And if you've done this before, stick around, because we have another high impact and high influence video coming right after this one. All good wishes.